Hello everybody, it's Pat from Beads and Plenty More, and today we're going to make this cluster bracelet with the 8mm black stone beads around the outside, and then I've got 4 and 6mm beads in the cluster here. Now, making this cluster, I'm featuring these looping pliers that work really well for this, and I've used the smallest of the loops here, and that's what's created our little spirals that I've made on these beads already. So I used a 25mm head pin, and if you don't have 25mm head pins and you have the regular ones, you know, that are 50mm, just take them, of course, and cut them at that length, because the 25mm is exactly the right length for making this spiral. So there we've got 25mm ones just by nipping off the excess on the 50mm. So to make the spiral, go ahead into the plier and make sure it's not sticking out on the other side. Roll and match it up so that it sits side by side on the barrel of the plier, and wrap it right down to the bead. Now in this case it's not necessary to center these spirals on the bead, because when we put them onto the elastic that I'm using, it's going to center it automatically. So here we go again, wrap round and round to get that spiral. Make sure it doesn't overlap, have it sit side by side, not on top of each other. And I've made a bracelet for this sample, which we have as a kit as well, but this could also be made into a necklace. And if you make it as a necklace, I would suggest putting it on tiger wire with a clasp, because elastic doesn't work as well for a necklace. So make up I used 15 beads of assorted 4s and 6s, and gemstone and crystal and metal all mixed together to make a nice color combination. So make up all our little spirals. This is the last one. There we go. Now, when I'm going to put them onto my, I pre-threaded the black stone beads here so that we have them ready to go. Take all my little cluster beads, and of course these metal beads that I have that are quite shiny, they're going to be the most obvious, so I want to kind of lay these out so that I've got my colors separated and sitting a few here and a few there. Now that looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and we thread these through this spiral that I created. So I have 15 beads, and that's what's in the kit. And our kit we're going to call the cluster bracelet. So that's what we're making as a cluster. And amazingly, when you feed these all on one after another and pull them together, they go into, well, I would consider a cluster. And all the little metal side goes to the inside, thus you have a flat piece against your wrist, which also is quite amazing that it works like that. So get these all on, and then of course all that's left to do after I get all these on is to tie the knot in the elastic to close the circle. Now you can make these spirals with a round nose plier like these guys, but the thing is the round nose pliers have a tapered barrel, so you're not going to get as even spiral making with the round nose plier, but it also looks pretty good. Okay, again, back to our tying elastic, around and around. Pull it up so that it snugs up. I used 24 beads in the black stone beads, but you can adjust that number based on size. And one more knot on top. There we go. And remember the gluing, we're going to glue the knot, and I'm going to run this extra one side through here, the bead beside, so that then the knot will go inside the bead once it's glued. So you see how that works when we snug them all up, and when I put it on my wrist, they all sit at the top in a nice little cluster. Such a pretty, delicate bracelet that works very well, goes with everything. Hope you enjoy this one. Bye for now.